Here's the microphone. Now you can hear me, right? Okay. Alright, so we're live again. Another week of learning. Welcome, everyone. If anyone doesn't know, these live streams or these LearnDay episodes are done live every Wednesday. Sometimes I don't live stream like last Wednesday because I was busy working. Really busy working. But it's mostly every Wednesday. We meet here and we learn stuff together. You can ask any questions you want live and I answer those questions as best as I can. And hey guys, Quantum Negative, what's up? Bob, what's up, Bob? I'm great, how are you? Oh, my camera is looking really cool now. Damn, I was having really bad camera before. Now it looks pretty cool. Awesome. I'm doing pretty good. I'm if you guys, how you guys been? Felipe, what's up, Felipe? Sup, Felipe? Yeah, I had my camera connected through a USB hub, and that was making the camera quality suck. That was basically totally bad. So yeah, the camera quality it's great. It's really cool. Yeah, it was my mistake. I was thinking it was something to do with Linux when I was using the camera. Of course it wasn't. It was just me being lazy. I wanted to use the USB hub that I had, so I was using that for connecting the camera, but turns out that makes the quality go down. So after I investigated a little bit, I found out that was the issue, and I was like, oh man, I knew this camera was better. I paid for it. I paid a good price for it. So yeah, that's what happened. Alright, so today we're gonna have the giveaway for the people that are Patreons. So that's gonna be fun today. And I'm using kind of a game to select the winner, which is gonna be great. Cool. Felipe, I'm using Kubuntu. The latest 18.4. That's what I'm using today, Kubuntu. It's been working really well, actually. Kubuntu it's awesome. It has everything that CentOS has and more. So it's pretty great, pretty amazing. Let's see. Let's show you guys. There. So this is the distribution I'm using. Let me close a few of these windows. Most of the time I have like 100 freaking windows open. I don't need Fusion anymore. You can see I was coding tab 2 here. This is code from tab 2, doing some new stuff on tab 2. I can show you a preview, guys, of what I'm doing if you want. Just moving my microphone a little bit. You might hear a little bit of noise. I think that's a good place. I don't want to have it too close to me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. So yeah, this is the distribution I'm using right now. It's pretty cool, and I am using the latest version, 1804. And if you are using CentOS 6, or 6.3 or something like that, an old distribution, I really recommend you update to a more modern. So if you are in CentOS 6, update to 7 because changes are coming. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and you should be repaired. And actually, I don't. This is not a secret, actually. If we go to the VFX platform, which reference platform, here it is, which is what the software companies are using for reference. So everyone it's using the same versions of applications and libraries and stuff. This is the reference that Houdini is following as much as possible, and Nuke and other applications follow this. So you can see this is we are right now at this CY 2007. That's where we are using right now. You can see Houdini, it's built with 4.83, the GGC compiler, and we have this Qt platform, PyQt, all those libraries, PySet. This is the version that Houdini is using inside. All this stuff, it's stuff that the applications use. You can see they're compiling with C++11 and all these libraries, but this is coming really soon. CY 2018, and that it's a big change, specifically here on GCC, on the compiler. Jumps to 6.31, which I think it should have been sooner, if you ask me, but that's it. And changes come, and not only in here but also in Python. Python, where is it? Python, somewhere. Where's Python? Python 3 here comes over here. So we should be using. I think this changed because Python was for this one. That's weird. They changed this to 2020. I don't like that. Anyway, I think this changed to 2020. But yeah, also Python should be changing soon. So if you are on older version of CentOS, specifically version 6, you should update to 7. Alan Cran. Hey Alan, I switched to Kubuntu because I like KDE and I wanted a more modern kernel. I have software, hardware that requires specific things that are on development, like more actively, like audio interfaces, USB microphones, tablet, a 4K monitor here, which is what I'm looking at, and those new kernels have all those fixes. So if I would have stayed in CentOS, I wouldn't benefit from the new changes in the kernel. So basically, I would have been stuck in old technology. And Kubuntu is really solid. I don't have big issues. Runs pretty well. Runs my 4K monitor perfectly. My audio interface works perfectly. My microphone works great. Everything it's working really good. So, and KDE is the best one I've used. It doesn't mess with my GPU, which is what I like. Other desktops mess with your GPU, like the Cinnamon desktop messes with your GPU. Is using a lot of GPU sometimes and stuff like that, which I don't like. I don't want my desktop to be using my GPU. Why is it that it wants to use it? So that's why I changed to Kubuntu, and I've been pretty happy with it. I think it's whatever CentOS offers and more. Hello Santi, what's up? Snap, what's up? Thomas Otto. Oh, it's cool, man. It's cool, Thomas. You can watch it later, man. Thank you. Glad you are enjoying my videos, man. So yeah, also talking about new distributions, the GCC versions that Ubuntu or Kubuntu 18 has it's really modern. The Clang versions are really modern, and I do a lot of that stuff. I do a lot of development. I need to be compiling with latest GCC sometimes with Clang and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that soon we can have Houdini in this GCC version, so we can be more all in more modern kernels and versions and stuff. Benefit from the updates. You will use C++ 14, which is also great. We can have that. We can have latest versions of the Intel libraries. Boost is the same, which is okay, but yeah, it's great. It's nice. It's a nice OpenBDV 5, which is it's great that we can update to that as well. I think we're using 4 still. Stretcher, what's up? All right, so we talked a little bit about stuff. You guys want to see what I'm working on? So this is just Houdini, and let's see. This is, you can see tab 2 is kind of broken at the moment because I was doing some testing too. But you can see that when you open it, this is history. This is a preview of the new history module that will be here. So you can see this is the latest tools that I've created. So when you open it, you will have history here, and this is for every context is different. If you go to object, you can see we're gonna have different history here. Even if we go to rendering, oh, there's no history there. Yeah, it is broken because I'm messing with it at the moment, but you can see, oh, here it's broken as well. Anyway, that's one thing that I'm working on, and I'm working on removing the old way that I did the icon here. I'm using it or creating it in a different way because it had some issues with different sizes, and the other the other interesting thing is that now you can see there's a tab menu here, which is not gonna be here. This is gonna be somewhere, maybe here or here, but it's a button that just brings the tab menu actually. So now you don't have to have the menu in a different, the tab menu in a different different shortcut. You could just, if you're using tab 2, you say, oh, okay, I wanted to know what category was that thing. You can still browse the tab menu from here. It's in progress. All this is broken, really. I was I'm fixing this or adding this stuff as we speak. So yeah. All right, so that's in heavy development right now. So let's move on to the giveaway, because I actually, let me make this bigger. Oh, I'm already in high DPI. Huh. Discard and quit. So that's that. Let's see. Let me make this bigger. So we're gonna do the giveaway. This is for the Patreons that support us with $10 or more. which if you are supporting us on Patreon with $10 or more, you have the option or the reward. You can see. Let me go to Patreon. Let me do this in a different window. Shoot. Patreon mix training. Okay, so you can see here we have here if you support us with $5, you get access to the HIP files that I create for those tips that I do. But if you support us with $10 or more, you have a chance to win one of our titles, and that's what we're gonna do right now. So if you haven't supported us, or if you are not supporting us and you want to support us, you will be also getting more tutorials from me, and I get the chance to keep making this stuff, and you help me and you support us. And look at that. The good thing is that we have a few Patreons for this tier and 2 for this, which is great. So, but I think there's like 5 people that actually got into the giveaway, because some of them are it's gonna be from July. So now let's just do the giveaway and get that out of the way right now. So I have a random name picker here, and this is the people that are into the giveaway. It's just 5 people. I think it's 5 or maybe 6. I don't know. How much was it? Yeah, it's 5 people. So let's spin this and see who wins training of your choice. You're gonna win any title you want. So let's do it right now. It's spinning. I have no idea who's gonna win. It seems like it's Luis Roman. Delete Luis from the list. No, he won. You won, Luis. So Luis Roman won. So I'm gonna put it in my notes. If you are here, Luis, congratulations, you won. I'm gonna send you a message. Winner is Luis Roman, and the video is here for evidence that Luis won. So Luis, I'm gonna contact you today or later today and tell you won, and you can pick training from our collection. That's awesome. All right, so let's move on to modeling, and I want to start with, oh shoot, look at that. I have like 100 windows open. I always do this. I have a ton of windows open. This is a lot of tabs. This is another window. This is a Vulkan tutorial. Yep, that's how my desktop looks all the time. This is tab 2 stuff. This is some tab 2 stuff as well. My Skype and my fans. Whew. Dude. So now let's open Houdini, and I want to show you guys. Let me see, where is that thing? Now I can't find my... Did I close my... Oh shit. Did I close my laptop? This is my YouTube tab. Yeah, I need to have this open. I need that open. So let's see. YouTube. Hey, Gianmarco. Banos, I don't know what you're saying. Hey, cool VFX. Yeah. I don't have time to do that. I don't know, man. I haven't done it. It's not simple stuff, and I haven't had any time to look into that. Sorry. Okay, so there is. Let me find 60 seconds. How is that called? Oh man, I forgot the name of that. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Okay, I actually found what I was looking for. So let me see. If you guys haven't seen this, so this is videos that William Bogan, I hope that that's how his name is pronounced, Bogan. I'm not sure. So he does these 60 seconds videos where he shows something. And if you wanna see his channel is Pixel Fondue, and he puts those videos there. I really recommend you watch those videos. Are pretty cool. He does these things in Modo. So hey, Planet. Oh, you're Riz from the forum. All right, cool. I remember you, man. So William does these videos. Apart from being an amazing modeler, he's just so amazing. I love his models. He does these videos, and I was looking at these videos, and he models this mesh, and I was like, I can model that stuff in Houdini, and I was thinking like, oh, Houdini is perfect for. Houdini is amazing for doing meshes, patterns and stuff like that, because we have all these tools for repeating stuff, moving stuff around and all. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. And I was doing this in Houdini. It was really cool to actually do it. So we can do this. I'm gonna do this in Houdini, and if you guys have another pattern you can see that's pretty easy to model, and he starts with just that kind of a piece, right? So let's try to do something like that in Houdini. I wanna do that. Make Houdini the right size. Position it correctly so you guys can see everything. There we go. Let's hide that. So, tab 2 is broken. I'm gonna have to do something to fix it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. So I'm gonna use a tube. I'm gonna use a tube, and so this is gonna be the best way for me to model that. I'm gonna put it to polygons. I'm gonna put 4 columns for that. I'm gonna make the viewport bigger. So that's gonna be that. The radius scale, let's make this like 0.1. And we need 3 divisions here, or 2 stripes here, 2 strips. So we can control that really quickly with this, which is gonna be so fun. We have 3 rows now. And now we edit this like that. So that's basically step 1, right? So that's step 1 in what he does in the process. So after this, he he actually makes copies, so we can just do that with the copy transform. Copy and transform this guy. So copy and transform, and we can have whatever number of copies here. This guy is one unit big, or 1 unit in height. We can copy this parameter if you want, but right now we're just gonna put 1 here in the Y direction, and we have that. And what we're gonna do is just fuse these guys, just fuse those right away, so we don't have extra points here. So if you don't fuse those, you can see here we have extra points there. So we don't want that. We want them to fuse. But now we can have as many copies as we like here. So let's start with 10. We have that. And now we need another strip and offset it a little bit. So we are just gonna use a transform for that. Transform. We don't need to create new geometry. We can just transform this, and we're gonna put it. We want to move in this transform. We want to move it. Let's say 0.5 in this direction, and 0.5 down. That will be exactly in the middle with the other one. You can see it now. If we see it from the side, it would be exactly where it needs to be. Right, so that it's looking correct. Now we need to merge these two guys, these two copies. We merge them into one thing here, and we have this strip that now we can copy again, copy and transform again. Oh shit, my history is not working. Copy and transform again, and we're going to transform this by in the X direction by 2, I think. No, we are doing it in the wrong direction. We want it in the C direction, sorry. 1, there we go. 1 is the magic number here. So now we can have 10 of these guys as well, or maybe 5. No, 10 is correct there. So now we have this little patch there, and we can do another transform. It's not working. Transform. We can do another transform and then rotate these guys 90 degrees to make the mesh, right? So it would be really easy to just do this. Actually, I want to rotate in the X direction. We can rotate like this, but you can see the pivot is on the center of the world. What I want is to have the pivot at the center of this. So for that, we can go to the pivot translator and set centroid with the centroid expression. It expects 2 things. The centroid expression expects a node and then the coordinate X, Y, or Z, basically. So we can just say 0 for saying use this node instead of referencing an outside node, and then we can say 0 as well for X. So X will be 0, Y will be 1, and C will be 2. So that's what we're gonna do here. Do the same thing for the Y direction, changing this to 1 for getting the Y direction, and this one to 2, getting the C direction. Now you can see the center of this is here. Before this expression, the center was over here. Now the center is here. And you will see why we just didn't move it exactly, because we just need to be there. So now we can rotate this 90 degrees like this. Actually, we can just put 90 degrees here and merge this with the previous copy again. And now we have a really nice mesh there, which fits perfectly with what we had before. Now there's a few issues here, and we're gonna fix them with the power of Houdini. So let's put a subdivide here. Subdivide. So we actually see the results that we're going to render, And let's put 2 on the subdivisions. So you can see now this is looking pretty nice. Actually, doesn't look that bad. But this being Houdini, we can do more stuff. Yeah, Felipe, you can use local variables, but side effects says that you shouldn't be using local variables anymore. Those things are kind of going to be deprecated, so you shouldn't be using that. So yeah, that's what side effects says, man. That's why I'm using the centroid expression, because they don't want you to be using local variables, because local variables are not compilable with the compile blocks. I think that's the reason. So that's how it is. Oh, to merge node, this is a new thing in Houdini. You just select the nodes you want to merge. Let's say you want to merge these two and this. Select them and just press Alt and drag from the output. Just press Alt, hold it, drag from the output, and release, and then create some merge with those nodes. That's a Houdini thing. Most people don't know about it, but that's a Houdini thing. You can just do that. Select your nodes, Alt drag from the output, and then create some merge there. That's how you do that. So now, this being Houdini, we have options here. You can see this actually matches pretty well there. But let's say that we want, well, at this point we can just have more copies of whatever you want. Let's copy this parameter and paste the reference here, so we have the same amount in both copies. So if I want to have 5, I have a smaller grid now. If I want 20, I have a bigger grid now, which is something you wouldn't be able to do in other applications. Once you model this, let's say in Houdini, I mean in Modo or Maya, you're not gonna be able to just do that. Like, oh, you know, the mesh was meant to be bigger. You can't just do that in other applications. And we're not doing anything. We don't need to do any programming thing or whatever in Houdini. We're just saying, I need copies. How many copies I want? I want 10, I want 20, I want 50 copies of that. It's gonna take a little bit to calculate. And you can see we have a bigger grid. That's just Houdini. That's how it works. We don't need to hack anything. But now let's say that the grid, it's the tubes here are not, or the wires are not thick enough. We want it to be thicker, so there we go. Let's start doing some fun stuff. So right now we have a radius of 1 here, or 0.1, and that translates here to the movement of this is just, let's leave it at 0.3. So basically it's like 3 times the width, right? So we can actually link these two parameters, because if I do this, if I start making this width bigger, and I say, yeah, I want it to be, let's say, that wide. I don't want to be that, have that amount of spacing. But now the wires are crossing, which is like, oh man, I need to modify this. Well, you don't actually. What you can do is, let's put, we can copy this parameter, paste it here in this edit, relative reference, but we need it to be 3 times that, so we multiply it by 3. So now we have the same exact result. If we click here, you can see we have the same value that we had there. But now, since this is related to the radius of this, if we scale this, look at that, it's fitting exactly as we need it. As we are scaling the radius of it, it's just making space for it at the same time. You can see that it's not crossing at all. Even if you make it bigger, it will try to give it the space it needs for the other wires to be there. So it is crossing a little bit because I think we're not multiplying it correctly. It was a little bit bigger, but it works okay for something like this. You wouldn't, But if you mind, you can just correct your calculations and would work exactly perfectly. But you can see this is one of these really small things that Houdini does. They are just like amazing. Just having that level of control, like I can have any amount of control here that I want. So right now we have control to how big the grid we want and how thick we want the wires to be, which is just great. And we're just modifying two values, this and the other one. So if we want the wires to be smaller, we can make it smaller, make this smaller, smaller, and the wires are not gonna be crossing because we did that calculations there. So pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. VFX Master. Hi, Master. What's up, dude? Or dudette? I don't know. I don't know if you're a dude. So yeah, this is one thing that you can do with Houdini. I wanted to model. There's a pencil holder that I have, which is in the bedroom upstairs. So I'm not gonna go get it. Let me search one on the internet that I want to model. It's another kind of mesh object. That's mesh 1. Pencil holder pattern. Pencil holder. Let's see. It's a really common pencil holder. So let's see if we can actually. Let me see if we can actually. Let's put. Bend. What am I using this? Bend. Let's put a bend. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know and we can answer. Oh, you were asking me about a video. Let me see that. Sorry, I was busy doing the mesh. Let's see what you have there. Email. Fabric weaving in Maya.
My name is Evan Patrick.
There's fabric weaving in Houdini already.
For Maya.
I guess I kind of did that already, didn't I? This is really similar to as we what he's doing there. It's basically the same thing. He's doing weaving like that in Maya. It's similar, but yeah, that's pretty simple stuff to do in Houdini. What else? There was another. Yeah, it's totally possible in Houdini. I don't know. I kind of already did that already there. If you want to do that in Houdini, just instead of the tube, use a curve, then twist some other curves around the main curve, and you got it. It's not that hard actually, when you think about it. Or you can just twist the curves around it first, and then do the after you have one strip, you can do this, and there's kind of basically just the weaving that you have. The animation, yeah, the animation you can do it as well. I didn't see the animation, but I'm pretty sure.
That somebody wrote. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna make. We're gonna make something like this. Two shapes will take the shape of the original.
Let's see.
Confusing, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is what we're gonna make. We're gonna make something like this. And I'll show
Yeah,
you all the way
that's.
through how I did it. And I have to.
Yeah, I don't see any difficulty there, man. It's just like just do it in steps. You do one curve first. I actually kind of did that in the let me save this. Not here. Mic mesh. I already kind of did that in the in my rope tutorial. And then you just dude, it's really simple in Houdini. If you have I didn't want to connect this. If you have a curve, let's say a line, I don't want to do a curve. If you have a line, let's see it in the y direction. Let's make it 10. In this case, he has the circles of a sphere, whatever. Let's do that. Sphere. Just because you want that. Just want the columns. Let's see the rows. So, where are you? Curves always make this shit. So if you have these curves, you can just put a carve on curves and you can carve the curves. So there's your animation. Now just do your, let me resample this because it just doesn't show for some reason. Whatever. Let's do it like that. There. So yeah, you just use a carve on curves, and your animation is let's just not do nerves. Let's do base here. Nerves is okay. Imperfect. Why am I not having the freaking? Okay. Color. No. Damn it. There we go. Now it disappears. I don't know why nerves curves always disappear in the viewport. Let me see if I can change the viewport to gray. Okay, there we go. So there's your curves. You just use a carve and then animate the curves. You can use them. You can do one on this direction and the other one. Sorry, in the other direction. I don't want to do that. I do this, that, ding. This one's gonna be the columns. We merge these two guys. Maybe just copy this parameter here. This is gonna be on the U, B. Actually, it's the backwards. No, like this. Yeah. Just paste the reference there. Now you can see we have that basically there. With one parameter you can animate that thing. Wow, wow. This is going in the other direction, sorry. I make this backwards. Let's copy this parameter. Copy parameter to here, paste relative reference. And I did it backwards again. Yeah, well, you get the idea. This is how you do it. Yeah, well, you just do what I did basically there. This is your base of the effect. I'm not saying this is the exact effect. But after you have this, you just make your other curves wrap around the first curve and do it. I'm not gonna do it here. There's different ways you could do it. You can use particles. You can use the same. You can just clone other curves around this one, and then you can just make the. I would start with just one curve, making something like what we did with the mesh, and then just wrap it into a sphere and then animate that the growth of the curve. It's I don't see difficulty there. I don't see the difficult part. Alright, so I wanted to do some other pattern before we leave for today. Let me see if I can find that stuff or see something interesting that we can model. If you guys want to if you guys have a pattern that you want to model, we can do it. Let me see if I can find that similar to that class, but it's not the same. Oh, this is really cool, but I think it's a little more difficult. What I'm thinking about. This one's cool as well. I can't find the one that I'm thinking of. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is I already did, man. You can see what I did for the you should see what I did for the rope tutorial. Should just make it from there. There's a procedural rope that I did. This tutorial. If you see how I build that, you can see I just build it like that. We'll build some curves and then you just twist those curves like that. So basically it's basically where you're talking about there, but these curves have a little bit more noise and they have a little bit more randomness, and then they go from small to bigger. So you can just control that with a parameter, and while they're growing you're making a parameter that makes them big makes them thinner at the start and bigger at the end, and then that's basically it. That's what basically happening. No, they are twisting. If you see the tutorial at the end, he's twisting kind of the things. Look at that. You can see he's actually twisting the ropes, like they are actually twisting around like that. It's basically like a rope that has some noise on top of it. So yeah, it has like it's twisting around. It's not just noise. So yeah, you can control that with the P scale or some other attribute like that. All right, so let's see if we can model. Let's try this one. This is challenging. I'm kind of scared to model this. Let's see, can see that, guys? That's has like cubes. But it's basically a pattern. So let's see if we can model that. It's kind of difficult actually. I don't want to do that. Let's see. It seems like it's bigger. Open image in a new tab. So there we go. It's like, looks like at the end of this looks like cubes, but I think we can do it. Yeah. So let's try replicating this stuff. Let me save this image. Save image here. Uma cylindrical, and I'm gonna open it back with my reference tool. Reference, where are you? Reference tool. Here. Sources here. Should be here. Uma. Let's see. Alright, so there's the reference image. Let's put it down here. And let's start a new file. Now let's continue on this file. Let's geo. Or let's start with a tube. Because somebody was telling me, why don't you start with a tube? That's because I forget there's the freaking tube there. Oh man, I'm used to stuff. Alright, so we have to kind of get a pattern here, and basically I can see that this is kind of an hexagon shape, and then it's divided in the middle, and then it has, each one of these has like different 5 slots there. Alright, that's basically what I'm seeing there. So let's see if we can make it. Let's see if we don't fail miserably. Well, probably I will fail. I'm not scared of that. Let's make this height. You know what, I'm just gonna model one row and then we can duplicate it, right? That's the best approach for this. So let's do it like this. Let's make the columns 24. Let's make this the height. I want to have like something like that. Oh, but what I'm thinking is that I want to divide this. Let's see. I want to try dividing this. Divide. That's my first inclination from doing this. You can see I kind of have the pattern I need. These kind of things, but it's not exactly the same. Let's go to compute dual, and that actually kind of gives us something, but it's not exactly what we want. Let's see if we rotate the top part. There we go. That's looking better. Let's go to the front view. And let's just rotate it. Kinda like that. So I'm trying to get this area here, but I think it's looking in the other direction. Let's continue. Let's see what happens. Now let's rotate the bottom of it. Let's rotate this. There should be a magic number here, but I don't know which one is it. Let's see. It's looking similar. Not perfect, but similar. So now we have that. Let's see if we can actually do something with this. If we divide this again, divide this again, we get that which is not what I was expecting. There is, let's see if there's a poke. No. Mesh, remesh is what I'm thinking. I think okay. Alright, so yeah, that now we have the pattern that I want, and you can see it here actually. Here you can see the pattern that I want there. That's the pattern that I want. You can see that matches this, right? Here. So we could just delete a few edges here. Delete this. Oh, maybe first scale it up a little bit. Make it the right proportions. Kind of like that. Okay, hopefully this works. If not, we're having fun. I'm gonna delete top and bottom of this. Now I have here what I need, but I'm gonna delete some edges. I'm gonna delete this one, and I'm gonna delete this one, right? And this one. Those three edges we don't need. There we go. That's the shape we're looking for, right? And now we should do the same for the other sides. So this is more like that. Actually, I think we should just do it all at the same time. What if I do that, those two, this and that? Is that what I want? What I need? No. Because this one is like this, and then the other one is looking at in the other direction. So it's basically these two, and then here's the edge. We would be this. Would be this point. So I have this line. Then actually I need to delete that one. And skip one, actually skip one, I said, like that. Okay, so yeah, that's what we need. And then we can do the same over here. These two lines, this line, this line, this line, that one. Okay, that is looking perfect. Of course, if with more planning, we could just do this. I'm gonna do this partly handmade, partly procedural. We can just, after we have this ring, we can just duplicate it. Let's see, hopefully we have the right amount of loops around this thing to get it exactly as it should. So there we go. You can see selecting edges is really fun. It's not. Cool, yeah, we have the right amount of edges. Cool, look at that. Matches perfectly. So the magic number was 24. So now we delete those edges, and no, what happened? No, man, that was not what I wanted to do. Okay, redo clear selection, redo change selection. No, alright, damn it, lost my thing that I had. Sorry. Let's do it again. That's how life is, right? Screw up, do it again. So I think this is the right thing, but I guess, let's see, what am I doing wrong here? So if I delete those edges there, that is not what I want actually, because we want to have a cube here, right? Like that. There's a cube, which would be, let's say, this one. And now we want to have this guy, that guy, and that guy. So we need to delete these edges actually over here. I deleted the wrong ones. Yeah, that was my... Yeah, that's what we want. Exactly. So we want to delete those two, and then this is the edge, and then I want to delete. This is tricky. So we have this guy there. No, we're making this guy. We're making this guy, so we need to delete, leave that, this, and that, right? So now we should move on to the next. Will be this, and this will be deleting those three, and then we skip to here and delete this. Hopefully that's what I need to do. Let's follow the pattern. This could be done in any application. If you want to do this in other applications, you could actually just follow basically the same steps. But I don't think there's like divide in other applications, but you should be able to triangulate in other applications and have something similar to this. Let's see if this matches. This is not gonna match, I think. Oh, it did. It did match. Look at that. Okay, let's see. Now we can delete and see if we have what we need. And yes, yes we do. Perfect. Now it's perfect. So now we have what we want here. But now each one of these has to have this different indentations there, right? So we could do different things here. I don't want to do it manually. Yeah, that's looking perfect. But we could also just maybe done the one of these pieces first and then just rotated the piece in place. But I guess there's a few ways you can approach this effect. So let's try to do some slicing. Let's go to the modeling. Let's see if we can do the edge loop here. So if we do edge loops, like let's say divisions, how many loops do we want? If we do that, we're gonna get the right ones in one direction but not in the other, right? And if we do it here, I think we're gonna have to just do it both. That's 6. Now that's 5. Okay. I have that, and then I have to repeat it on the other direction. And once again repeat it in this direction. You can see we have like a cube there. Which we could do maybe we could do a different pattern here. We could do something different, but let's stick with this pattern for now. I'm gonna put a null here so I know that here I can branch to something else. Outbox. If I want to do something different from here, I could do it. Because this looks pretty cool. I can do something different there. So now these lines should continue up here. Right? So if we're looking at, let's say this one. Let's divide this. Nope, I don't want to do that. Divide this guy in. There's no way to divide this with this because it's a triangle. We could just continue the lines by hand, but we're gonna use the poly split. Just poly split, and the split can have these divisions for help, so we can do. So hold on. We want to have these guys going up. No, we want these guys going in this direction actually. So should be going like that. Q. Yeah, we chose a pretty difficult pattern here. Oh man, this is getting divided. Let's see, let's divide it first in the middle, I guess. I want to add 4 actually, not 5, 4. I want to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4. Oh no, I want a 5 actually. 5. So, I'm thinking that something is wrong here. Let's see if this works because I'm making a mess here, but let's see. All right. Yes. So I just wanted to have those edges there. I'm gonna delete the crossing lines. Whoa, I didn't snap that one. I'm gonna undo and redo again. Poly split. I'm actually having fun doing this. Hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. I know it's a little bit weird, but modeling in Houdini is just like any other application. So we have that. That's what we need there. Okay. We want this. I'm a little lost here. I don't think this is correct. Damn it. This is not correct again. This is it? Let's just go for this. Let's select all this. I'm gonna do it in 2. Which one am I doing right now? You know what? I'm just gonna do it like this because if not, we're gonna be here all day. Or I could have done the other direction first. Whatever. Let's just extrude this for now. No, I know what I'm gonna do. Just gonna grab all this stuff. Then fully extruded. What did I press? I'm doing crazy stuff here. Poly extrude, and I'm gonna insert this in a little bit first, but not too much. I don't want it to be just a little bit. Why is it doing weird things? So let's do it 0.5 just to have a little bit edge there. Actually, maybe a little bit more because we do have an edge. But I'm not sure why the insides are being weird. Normal. Dude, why is it so weird? I don't want to twist it. Yeah, I should have done this first before dividing this. Anyway, we are experimenting here, so let's do the same thing here. Poly extrude. Did I did 0.1, 0.2? Let's do 0.1. And let's do the same thing here. Oh crap, the phone is ringing. Okay, like that, like that, like that, like that. 0.01. Let's say Bob says you could take a box with 5 divisions. Sure, you could do that maybe. Yeah, sure. I guess I started this way, but sure, that's different ways you could do that. Of course. Now, bam. Let's see if this works. So I'm just gonna do 3 strips instead of 5. Poly extrude in the normal. Yep, not too much, a little bit, and let's actually, yeah, 0.3, and then we can delete those, and we have our pattern, kind of pattern there. It looks similar, I guess. And now we should do what? These guys should match those guys up there, so we need to divide it in this direction or this direction, doesn't matter. We could also just once we have this one, we can just copy it all around instead of doing that for each one. That's what I'm trying to do here right now. So after this is done, we could just select, yeah, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up because it's taking too long. Let's see if I can select the whole thing. Nah. Okay, I'm gonna just select it like this and then deselect what I don't want. Let's say I don't want that or that. Let me finish this one. Should I finish this one? I don't know. Let's see. Let's add. Let's finish this one. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this one. Already started, so I might as well do it. But sure, someone that it's a better modeler than me could tackle this problem better. Of course, I'm sure there would be a better solution to this. So I'm just going to give some indents here the same way we did the other ones. Insert that a little bit, then repeat that, and then do it inside 03 we did, I think. Delete that. Delete those faces. Okay, so now we can clone this guy, right? Now we need more than this because we have this here. Okay, now yeah, we can clone this guy, right? Let's just try it and do this. Let's try. Let's put another null here. So pre-clone, just so we know where we are there. And let's delete everything else. Let's delete that, and then we delete non-selected, and copy and transform this guy. Let's make some copies. See how many of these guys do we need. I'm not sure. One, two, three, four, five. Well, how many are those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know exactly how many. So let's just copy these, rotate in the y direction. Of course, this is not the exact pattern, but it's kind of there. So let's copy this parameter, paste it here, paste the relative reference, and divide this 360 divided by that. That's my hacky way to know. So we need 12 of those, and we have that now, which doesn't look that bad. It is looking similar. We could, let's see if we can rotate by 180 each piece. No, because we should have rotated in the okay, no, we're not. 12. Yeah, Miguel was right. 12. Miguel is actually a freaking genius. He knew exactly how many we needed. Let's see if we can cap the other sides with a polycap. Polyfill. Yep, it does magic, but that's not how I wanted to close it. I'm gonna close it like that for now. So now we have that. Now we want it open, right? Let's just leave it open. And let's put a fuse. Let's put a fuse so we don't have loose vertices. And then we can start copying these things, see if it works. Copy and transform. Let's copy these guys up, and should be what, 0.5 now? No, it's not 0.5. I scaled this manually, so we're gonna have to figure it out. Yeah, not everything it's completely touching, so my modeling it's a little bit off. But it's cool. I guess. I guess it's cool. You can make a better job if you're... I think when I rotated the vertices, I didn't rotate them exactly correctly, but with more time you can do it perfectly. Perfectly, I say. Alright, so now that is kind of working, so now we can have more copies of this. And we have our nice looking glass. I mean, what is this, pencil holder? Yeah, it's a pencil holder. And cool. That was a nice pattern to model. Actually, why am I still on the gray thingy? Dark. So there we go. That was a challenging pattern to do. Actually, I was kind of scared. But yeah, it's not perfect. There's in this one, there's one they're kind of looking at this direction and the other direction. So you should actually take more time there and make it better. And maybe try other ways to do it. Now we can just maybe give it a bottom, and that'll be it. Once you have all the vertices you need there, all the copies you need there, you can just maybe select the edges. Let's see if we select the edges. Or maybe just add some other geometry there, or whatever. A torus. The hard part here was the freaking pattern, which didn't turn out that bad. It's not perfect, but it wasn't bad. I was really scared to do that live here, so turned out okay. It was kind of intimidating. You can add like a lid here or extrude the upper part to finish it. I'm just doing the easy way out of this. Yes, I am. I'm doing the easy way out of this thing. Kinda like that. Cool. So there, and then add another one maybe in the bottom, and sorry for that. Add another one in the bottom, a circle, add some pins inside, and create a really nice render. We can even maybe before with this do how is that called? Twist this, taper it a little bit. No roll off. In the why is it doing it in the wrong direction? This thing is always doing stuff incorrectly. Linear taper. I want to do it in the other direction. Oh, I don't want the linear. I do want this one. I don't want to roll off. Maybe I do. Who knows? Yeah, this thing is not good. Freaking tool. Let's try with just simple edit. See if it works. Right now I'm just guessing stuff, guys, so forgive me if this is not super cool. But yeah, that is more than I wanted to do it. Just a tad. But good old edit to the rescue there. Cool. Now we can add that lid on top. Add something on the bottom. I don't know. What could we add on the bottom? Another tube. Polygon tube with a bunch of divisions, end caps, and just put it in place. Of course, this is just bad, but I'm pretty sure you can do it way better than me. But it should work. There we go. That's a nice base for that thing. We can go and do some little thingies there. Extrude it, insert it a little bit to give it some beveling here later. Poly bevel it with some more revisions, and like that. There we go. We have a nice pencil holder with a really complicated pattern, and it's been like an hour and a half, which is okay. All right. Are there any questions? I don't think there are, because I just totally sucked at this, right? Redshift. Let's do some rendering while you guys figure out some questions. The reload current desktop. So yeah, that turned out pretty well, actually. Even better than I expected, because the damn pattern was crazy. So let's put a floor. Let's put the pencil holder in the floor. Any questions before we wrap it up? Floor. I feel good about my pencil holder. I might make another version with the right pattern and closed at the other ends, because it's not closed right now. Let's just get a lead material for that, and just render it just to see something pretty. Hopefully let's see if I don't crash, because I'm on the what is it? The newest release of Redshift, which is 2.6. Hopefully we don't crash. Let's see if we can create a dome light. Yes, we can create it and try to render it. Let's save. Open render view, and it didn't crash. Awesome. So there it is. It's pretty small. IPR, make it big. Let's add some dome light to this. Maybe that one. And make the floor matte object. Add the Redshift properties. Redshift, make it a matte object. Shadow enable. There we go. That's a really nice trash can. Let's do iron. Yeah, that looks better. Alright. Doesn't look that bad. It's terrible. Doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look that bad for an hour modeling. How do you any tools on making glass objects with Redshift? Well, you just make the thing glass and assign the glass material. Have something really reflective, and you're set. Normal. Let's see. Yeah, we had some issues with the normals there. We could try. Let's see. This is not gonna work. No, I'm not gonna do it. So there we go. If you want to make something water in Redshift, just make it water. Let's see, can I do a copy of this and stop the rendering? If you just create a glass material, there's a really nice preset here. Let's go for tinted glass. Just add it to the object, dude. Then tweak it. The glass. Let's render. So you can see there's my glass. It's tinted because that's what I said, but it doesn't look that good. Let's go just for glass. So there's just glass. There's your glass object. The interesting thing with glass is having stuff to reflect. Like this image is not very good for glass. You can see it looks pretty bad, and so have a really nice environment for glass and just tweak the parameters for it, and it's not that hard to do anymore. Glass is just something you do these days. Let's see, let's try with another environment. So yeah, that's basically glass. It's a little bit overpowered here. It's a little bit burned. But yeah, you can see each environment will work better for it, or some work better, some don't. But we can reduce maybe a little bit of the reflection or the transmission. Reduce the transmission a little bit to don't have those blown out highlights. But yeah, you can see there's your glass already. Your glass object is done. How do you make this pattern make a growth-like effect which reveals it? Well, you could scatter points on it, then make the growth effect disappear. The parts that you're just. I don't want to do it right now because we have been an hour and something, but it's not that hard to do. Just scatter a bunch of points on it. Do an attribute that grows on it, and then delete by the attribute. Excel, yes. Right after we finish the stream, the video recording should be available. So, yes, you can see it after we finish here. Yes, all streams are recorded. Yes. All right, yeah. This I'm happy with the pencil holder we did. I'm happy with it. Let's add some color to it. Let's make it not just black. Let's do it a little bit darker. What am I doing? Let's change the reflectivity value and add some tint to it. Yep, that looks pretty cool. I like it. It's a nice outcome from just doing it here with you guys live. Wasn't that bad. Pretty decent. You can see the glass looks pretty decent here. Pretty decent stuff. Yeah, it looks like a really nice trash can, right? Alrighty, guys. Cool. Alright, guys. I'm gonna see you next time. Congrats to Luis who won the training. I will see you guys next week. Let's keep learning together. And if you want to win training, just support us on Patreon. You will get our scenes. You will help us keep doing training. And my camera it's slowing down. I guess it's because of the rendering, right? I'm gonna stop the rendering now. All right. The camera's back. All right. So if you want to support us, if you like these live streams and you say that guy's cool, I'm gonna give him some dollars. Go to Patreon, support us there, or buy our training, or buy Tab 2. You support us, you get a nice tool. If you support us on Patreon, you keep getting these tutorials, your questions answered, you get some free training, and it's all cool. Alrighty, that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you for being here. This is been a long stream, but it was worth it, I think. I'll see you guys next time, and please let's keep learning together, right? I was gonna say something that somebody else says, like a bro fist, or what's another catchline from YouTubers? I don't know, whatever. Let's stop this madness. Alright, guys, thank you very much for being here. I love you guys being here, and I will see you next time. Alright, bye bye. Now I need to find that button that you know that I always lose, right? I don't know where it is. It should be somewhere. Here it is. Bye. What?